An engaging launch of the 5th edition of the Jubilee Live Free Race powered by Nairobi Bike Race. Happy to see all of you here, and I know that from here we have many cyclists that will sign up for the 5th edition. So once again, good morning everyone, and welcome to the launch of the 2025 Jubilee Live Free Race powered by our partners, Grand Nairobi Bike Race. Grand Nairobi Bike Race, where are you? You can wave. Yeah, those are our partners. And we are delighted to have you here, members of the media, watu wa Mangaseti, our cyclists, valued partners, and the team that crafted this incredible race for us, Grand Nairobi Bike Race. And of course, the Jubilee team. Where are you? Jubilee team, hoye? All right. So we welcome you all this morning and are happy to host you at Jubilee for the launch of the 5th edition of the Jubilee Live Free Race. Ladies and gentlemen, a story, and this is a very personal story. You know, growing up as a kid, and that, you know, depending whether there are any Gen Zs in the room, of course. Owning a bicycle was the ultimate status symbol. You know, forget about PlayStations. Nowadays we have PS4, PS5, you know, smartphones. Those who played Snake on Nokia 3310. And us, you know, that owned a bike. And basically, we felt like cabinet secretaries of transport in our villages. You had a bike and you owned everything. You would rule the world. So my bike wasn't really mine, you know. My bike was a hand-me-down from an older cousin. But it was a black mamba, right? And there's no black mamba here. So for those who don't know what a black mamba is, nyuma ya tent, eh? So let's talk, and especially the Gen Zs. That bike had seen better days. So it had worked, it had transported, but it still could function. The brakes, well, none at all. So others would do dramatic skids with artistic lines on the surface. For me, I think my personal story is that I was still negotiating peace with gravity after many falls. Back then, bikes were more than transport and relate to it. They were our fastest of independence to it. They were our fastest of independence. A simple errand to go buy bread and sugar would turn to a grand tour. You know, as you cycle singing the list that you've been sent with to the shop, bread, sugar, potatoes, and then you'd come home with nothing, and also you don't have your money. It was a coming together of villages, you know, because you had a bike. And we had these unsanctioned races, of course with no helmets. Now I'm seeing some of our bikers with helmets. So these were sanctioned races, and we would race and challenge anything and everyone, including cars, including dogs. But it was an opportunity to prove that we were better than everyone. And that was cycling. And it is still. It is the joy, the freedom, the community, and those little adventures that everyone here I know has a story about a bike. And it all begins when you start pedaling. Fast forward to today, 2025, introducing the Jubilee Live Free Race. So this year marks the 5th edition of the race, and working alongside the GNBR team and our partners, the event has continued to grow each year, welcoming more participants, reaching more communities, and creating greater impact and lasting impact over time. It is a celebration of freedom, just like those olden days, movement and community, just like we would start our own grand tour with 3 villages back then. So beyond the excitement of the race, it empowers communities, supports inclusive initiatives, and leaves a lasting positive impact that extends beyond the finish line. This year, we promise a larger, more vibrant edition, and with your support, we will surpass our target of 3,500, 5,000 people coming through. And this will include seasoned cyclists, which I can see a few, para cyclists, children, and everyone will have a chance to experience the excitement and the energy of the race. The 2025 race is scheduled on Sunday, so mark your calendars. Everyone, please get out your calendars. 5th October at Nyayo Stadium, promising a full day of action, energy, and community engagement. Beyond the race itself, the event continues to create meaningful impact, championing inclusivity, supporting community initiatives, and promoting wellness. All of this made possible through the collaboration between Jubilee Insurance and Grand Nairobi Bike Race, and our esteemed partners whose dedication and expertise helped bring this vision to life. So before I invite our speakers for the day, and we will not kill you or death by speeches, I want to appreciate our partners, and I'll just request them to stand and wave. So we are grateful for Nation Media. I know Nation Media is in the house. Just stand up and wave, and we appreciate them. Nation Media, thank you very much. Nairobi Serena can stand up and wave at the back. Asanteni sana. DTB, Diamond Trust Bank, our longtime partners at the back. Karibuni sana. The Nairobi West Hospital in absentia. Sipladon, wave, good. Asanteni sana. Doctors of Hearing. Yeah, they are doctors of hearing. Karibuni sana. Nairobi Hospice. Yeah, karibuni sana. 5-Star Africa. Yeah, with the energy. Kenya Cycling Federation. Yeah, they are partners. Karibuni sana. Kura in absentia. Okay, yeah, Kura has always been our biggest support. Your commitment as partners, I don't know whether I've missed anyone, but I'm sure we will recognize them. You as our partners, you have helped us make this event possible and ensure that it delivers impactful, meaningful impact for both participants and communities around. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to turn to the screen as a highlight of 2024, that is last year, and what you can look forward to in 2025. So over to you.
Today we are here to lead healthy, to promote wellness. So therefore, this is our day of Jubilee to tell the country we are facing a turning point. We are here also with our partners, Kura, Kenya Urban Roads Authority, and we are telling them we want to trigger pathways for walking, for cycling, so that then people keep fit and reduce the carbon emissions that we release the atmosphere.
One of the things we love about this is because it has some big things for us. It's not just cycling and family and fun. It is what cycling does to health. And as you know, Jubilee is the leading health insurance company in East Africa, covering about 1.5 million lives. Now, if you look at the benefits that are attributed to cyclists and activity, then you understand why this sport is very good to what we do with Jubilee insurance. And if you look at it, look on our MyFacility app, see how much a lot of cyclists today tracking their cycle on the app today, MyFacility, checking how well they're doing, and because this again, as we said, is doing well, and making sure we are doing well on preventive care.
One of the things that we pride ourselves in at Jubilee is that we have something very, we're very inclusive as a business, as an organization. Jubilee is determined to be a universal provider of solutions, of peace of mind, of freedom. So the demographic is wide, but we believe we have something for everyone, and that's what we are working with.
I'm so happy the winner, Mamba. My team, however, the super cycle Indian from Uganda. Yes, it's good. No challenge there. We are next year. Yeah, I'm coming back to Kenya. I'm number one.
But lakini imekuwa challenging kidogo. Kuna kumilima tuwili hapo tungumu, lakini tumenang'ana kidogo.
So excited because I have to expect people are gonna appear behind the fight. Goal yangu ni kwenda nje na cycling represent Kenya.
Today is a fun day.
Thank you very much. And so that is what you expect, bigger, better, this year in the 5th edition. And I hope you're all psyched up for that. The Tumilima and the Black Mamba race, I hope it doesn't go to Uganda this year. And now it's my pleasure to invite Desmond Momanyi, Director, Grand Nairobi Bike Race, to share more about the growth of the race over the years and a glimpse of what to expect this year. A clap for Desmond as he comes.
Peter, unlike you, I didn't print my speech, so nitatumia laptop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 5th edition of the Jubilee Live-Free Race powered by the Grand Nairobi Bike Race, a union between Jubilee Insurance and the Grand Nairobi Bike Race, a conception that has birthed a phenomenon now dubbed the annual migration of cyclists. We all know the involvement of all cyclists from all over East Africa, from the greater region at large. The Jubilee Live-Free Race, powered by Grand Nairobi Bike Race, has grown from a small initiative to an event attracting participants from around the world. With a representation of over 30 nationalities so far, and more than 6,000 participants. That is total, not in one race, yeah? Total participants so far, we've had more than 6,000 participants from its inception in 2019. The event has united the region at large, with most category winners actually coming out of Kenya. You saw the Ugandan here, and I'd tell you that even the inaugural race was won by a Ugandan. Are there any Ugandans in the house? Yeah? Yes, Anna. Yeah? We've had participants coming from the hills of Rwanda and Burundi, from South Sudan, from Tanzania. And on that note, as Peter has mentioned, this year we are targeting 3,500 participants. Last year we got 2,600, but we know there are many more people out there, even in Nairobi, with bikes in their balconies, bikes that are aging. We are urging you, if you know a neighbor na ako na baiskeli, mwaka huu mukuje na yeye. We are grateful for the continued patronage from our participants and rewarding experience. Our cyclists have been in the forefront at every event, as we endeavor to always give them an experience that is centered around their needs. That experience this year will be more exciting. First of all, we'll have an extended route. I know the cyclists here are used to Mount Bunyala only, lower hill then going down. But this time round, we'll have to do a flyby. But we've always felt that for this event to grow, both in stature and even to attract more participation, then the prize money must also grow at the same rate. Caroline Ndungu will come and give you the good news. Mi nilikuwa natoboa siri tu. Now, in the spirit of inclusivity, because we are all about inclusion, and standing on a pillar, one of the pillars that we are adding this year, the pillar of mobility, other than sustainability, we're also adding mobility. And beyond our paracycling category, this year we're introducing a wheelchair race, okay, for our brothers and sisters who are physically challenged to also get an experience racing with the others. Ni vizuri ama ni vibaya? Ladies and gentlemen, dear cyclists, we are over and above the Shiriki Jersey that many of you, many cyclists, many participants have come to cherish. Now this year, the Shiriki Jersey is what all participants, is a jersey every participant gets. You can see it here. Now this year, we have a different theme, slightly different theme. But again, over and above the Shiriki Jersey, we are going to have a Shinda Jersey. Shinda Jersey meaning it's slightly different design, but now it's only going to be awarded to the podium finishers. And we'd like to thank our partners, 5 Star, for agreeing to produce the Shinda Jersey. Thank you. Now, our partnerships have grown over the years. Peter mentioned them. Peter, I was going to mention them, lakini I will do it again. Our partnerships have grown. Cipladon have come in as a gold sponsor to the event. Makofi sana to Cipladon. The Nairobi Hospice, of course, and we'll call them up to tell us what they plan to use this platform and how they'll be coming on board. Our AKDN partners have been mentioned over and over again. Doctors of Hearing have always walked this path with us from practically from inception. Asanteni sana. And we'll thank you over and over today. There will also be another session now to thank our partners again. But as of now, we just want to say asanteni sana to all our partners. Now, in the beginning, as I said, we had very, very few partners, but many people are seeing the value of walking this path and joining in this cycling community, this community of wellness. I applaud the continued efforts by Jubilee Insurance in partnership now with the Grand Nairobi Bike Race in advancing the cycling community's needs and wants, as well as creating a wellness space all around. Kwa hayo mafupi, ladies and gentlemen, our dear cyclists, to whom all of this is geared towards, thank you very much for your ever continued support. To our partners again, asanteni sana, and we hope to make this, with your continued support, we hope to make 2025 a very, very big year. Thank you very much to you all. Asanteni.
Thank you, Desmond. Desmond deserves a better clap. I think for all the goodies that we've had, more money, and we'll be told how much, more categories, and more mountains other than Mount Bunyala. So this year is going to be very, very exciting. And just to pick it up from what Desmond has just closed with, appreciating our partners, I want to invite a few of them to just say a word or two. I know this has been a platform for them also, and they can come and tell us what their experience has been. And we'll start with Doctors of Hearing. So I'll welcome a representative from Doctors of Hearing on stage to say a few words. Karibu.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eva Mwangi. I am a consultant audiologist at Doctors of Hearing, consultant audiologist, Daktari wa Masikio from Doctors of Hearing. And most of us are known, or most of you have known us as experts in matters ear and hearing healthcare. And you're right. We provide the state-of-art diagnostic hearing tests. We provide AI-powered hearing devices, and now people who are living with hearing loss are thriving. They're not just surviving. We also offer complete hearing healthcare for both children and adults. So whether you're in Westlands or in Upper Hill, Nairobi, whether you are visiting Nyali, Mombasa, or you're just soaking up in the sun in Diani, we are there and we're ready to offer you the best in matters healthcare, hearing healthcare. Now, today I'm not here to talk about hearing, no. I'm here to talk about cycling. But what we should know is that hearing connects us to the world, and just like cycling, the journey is smoother when we look after it. Now, we're here because hearing healthcare is most often overlooked. And many people adapt. They tend to just live with it, adapt without really realizing the risk that comes with it. From missing the warning sounds on the road, or feeling isolated and getting into depression, or even matters cognitive health. So events like this actually help us highlight and help be able to bring out that part that hearing care is part of living fully, staying active, and staying connected. So now, when we come to this event, as a sponsor, each one of us brings a piece of the puzzle. And together, we don't just create an event. No. We go ahead and create a great experience that inspires and empowers everyone, especially those living with hearing loss. So, thank you once again for allowing us to be partners in this journey, on the road and in life. So as we launch this 2025 Jubilee Live Free race powered by the Grand Nairobi Bike Race, let's take this moment to remember and remind everyone who is watching, who is listening, or even pedaling, that hearing impairment is not a limitation. It's just another way of moving through the world with strength, with determination, and with no excuses. We are proud to be the sponsors, especially our team here, Doctors of Hearing cycling team, who are in the hard of hearing category, and we are proud to be their cheerleaders today. Above all, we are proud to say that Doctors of Hearing Kenya, we don't just help people to hear, we help them to ride toward greatness. So thank you once again. Let's live free, let's ride free, and let's leave no one behind. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Now we know that hearing impairment is not a limitation. All right, so our next partner, Nairobi Hospice. Nairobi Hospice in the house. Karibu sana for your remarks. A clap as she comes on stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. I'd like to thank, of course, the Jubilee team and Grand Nairobi Bike Race. So my name is Sarah Agak. I work at Nairobi Hospice. So what we do at Nairobi Hospice, for the last 35 years, we have been in the health and wellness space. And our mission has always been and continues to be to take care of those patients who require palliative care, which is, to break it down, management of pain and symptoms for those who are going through life-limiting illnesses. So it's a wonderful opportunity that we've been able to partner with Jubilee, who are also in the health and wellness space, and just looking forward to being the voice in this particular event, to be able to showcase what we can do. And as my previous audiologist mentioned, there's this perception that, when you're in pain, and it's debilitating pain, that you can't do anything. But you can do something about it. And that is why we are here as Nairobi Hospice, to make your day easier, to improve the quality of life. And we do that through various ways, of course, with medication, with counseling. And this counseling also translates to, or we take our counseling further to both the family and the caregivers, because we understand what it's like to care for somebody who has a life-threatening illness. And just being that voice, being that advocate for that person who is unable to voice the pain is what we are, is who we are at Nairobi Hospice. And our doors are open. We're just up the road. I don't like to say it, but between Fortis and KNH bus stop. So you're welcome anytime. We love volunteers, both in kind and other sorts of volunteers. And the one thing that I would love to say is, and Jubilee team, please allow me to borrow your catchphrase, that if we are able, even for a minute and for an hour, to have our patients live pain-free, then that's what we look forward to, and that's who we are at Nairobi Hospice. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing how this event will turn out. We also hope to see you on the 5th. We shall be doing screening, October being the Cancer Awareness Month. So please pop into our booth, and we shall be there to assist you and give you more information about palliative care. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you've heard it. On the 5th is an opportunity to get screened. I know for many it's a touchy issue, going to the hospital, checking whether you're okay. This is your opportunity. As you ride a bike, you can also get checked. I welcome the next partner, 5 Star Africa. I know they have some awesome merchandise on display. They want to tell us why they're here. So karibu sana 5 Star for a few words. A clap.
Morning, everyone. My name is Alice. Very happy to be here. 5 Stars Africa is a sports apparel brand, proudly Kenyan. I started 5 Stars Africa when back in 2015 when I started riding. I couldn't find it. This is an opportunity I can take up, apparel that celebrates the African culture through sports. And being here, thank you. Yeah, I wasn't prepared. It was enough.
You've invited everyone to sample the merchandise. All right, let's represent our partners again. Cipladon in the house. Cipladon in the house. Karibu sana. A clap for Cipladon as they come on stage. Come on stage.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Diana. I work with Cipla Limited. So Cipla is a pharmaceutical company based in India with our headquarters in India. And we are proud to be the gold sponsors for this year's race. And what a way to celebrate our 90 years as pharmaceutical manufacturers. So we want many of you know Cipladon. Probably Cipladon is tablets. You get faster relief. And this year, as Cipladon, we are celebrating 10 years in sub-Saharan Africa, not only in Kenya. So it's also a very good way participating in this race to celebrate a decade of relief. So thank you very much, Grand Nairobi Bike Race. Thank you very much, Jubilee. This is a great opportunity, and I will welcome all of us on the 5th of October to visit our tent so that you can be able to learn more. So thank you.
Thank you very much. That's just a small representation of the partners that we have on board this year. The race is getting bigger, the race is getting better, and the race is going places. And I know maybe coming next year, we'll be hearing, other races that are born out of the Jubilee Live Free race. And to tell us more about why Jubilee is in this sponsorship, I want to welcome Karo Ndongo, our Group Head of Marketing and Corporate Communication at Jubilee Insurance. Karibu sana, Karo. This is the sponsor. A bigger clap. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everyone. I know Peter promised that we would not kill you with speeches, but here we are, speech after speech after speech. But I think it's an important thing for us to do, just to set the scene for what has become a real phenomenon. So please indulge us. Let's give the time that is needed. And on the day, I'm sure we'll have a lot less talking and a lot more moving. So good morning, everyone. I'm really excited to be here as we launch the 5th edition of the Jubilee Live Free Race, powered by GNBR. This event means a lot to us at Jubilee Insurance and Holdings. I think it's important to say that we are more than insurance. There's Maisha Fiti, there's Jubilee Asset Management, and all these are part of this sponsorship. So this means a lot to us as a business. Our partnership with the Grand Nairobi Bike Race has always felt natural, centered on our shared commitment to advance holistic well-being, community empowerment, and positive change. Might I add that as a result of this, I have gained some really good friends beyond the race, both Lois and Desmond, mapenzi tele. Cycling is a powerful symbol of freedom and movement, values that deeply align with our brand promise to help people live free. Just as cycling enables riders to move forward with confidence and purpose, Jubilee supports individuals and families to live fully with the protection and financial security they need to embrace life's journey without limits, because we believe there is living and there is living free. So if you remember, we launched that campaign last year and we continue to promote it. And this is one of the ways in which we demonstrate that there is living and there is living free, the Jubilee way. Through this race, we celebrate not only the spirit of sport, but also our dedication to empower people to enjoy holistic, freer lives every day. Over the years, the Jubilee Live Free Race has grown from a local cycling event. I think when it started, it was about 400 in Nairobi, predominantly Nairobi, to one of the most anticipated fixtures in the cycling calendar, a reflection of the connection people have with its purpose. This growth has been fueled by our sustained investment and deep belief in what this event stands for. This year, Jubilee is committing another 20 million to the race, as it has done over the past few years. Since our partnership, which began in 2022, we have channeled significant resources, totaling over Kenya shillings 80 million, along with the time, expertise, and passion of our people to ensure that this event grows in impact year after year. So there is monetary investment, but there's also heart and spirit, which I think is also what births what we see and what we're seeing here today. The event has not only brought us together for a day of social bonding and competition, but also provided an opportunity to make a difference in our society through advocacy and environmental stewardship. So, in 2025, we have moved things a little bit more further, and what we are, that's why I ride. And to explain this a little bit better, this race will carry multiple purposes. So first, as we've heard, we are championing physical mobility for children. In partnership with Cure Kenya, Jubilee Insurance will increase access to prosthetic arms and limbs for children, helping them regain independence, confidence, and the ability to participate fully, in school, sports, and daily life. This is a cause that is very close to our hearts, and one we have championed over the years through the Jubilee Children's Fund. This year, we are taking a bolder step, combining the strength of the Jubilee Children's Fund with the reach and energy of the Jubilee Live Free race to extend our footprint and impact. Our goal is to transform even more young lives, giving children the freedom to move forward and embrace life without limits. In the coming weeks, we will share with you detail and make this vision a reality for many more children. So we have been doing this for many years in a limited way through the Jaipur Foot partnership. We have now signed up a new partnership with Cure Kenya. They're out in Kijabe, and now we're saying we can open the stage wider for all of Kenya and East Africa to actually be a part of the program, so we can make a real impact and help these kids get out and get going. So I think that's pretty great. As Desmond mentioned, we also are expanding the race to include the wheelchair category, and we want everyone, no matter their ability, to feel the adrenaline and embrace the joy of sport. And finally, we are committed to restoring our environment. Sustainability is very key in our agenda, as is evidenced by even this year's annual report. If you get a copy of it, you will see that we have got a nice big segment called the ESG. Sustainability is actually front and center of what we're doing at Jubilee, and this race, again, will help us drive that. So environmental stewardship has always been close to our hearts, and this year we will continue by planting fruit trees and rehabilitating water towers in community to be a part of this incredible journey. This year's edition will create a memorable experience for both cyclists and spectators, filled with energy, entertainment, and meaningful connections. They say 3,500, Desi. Let's do 5. 5,000 is a nice, number. Yeah, we have ourselves involved and get people involved and spread the word and register. So please, what I would ask is that each person here, each of our partners and beyond, to register a corporate team and also to reach out to their networks and register corporate teams or even individuals. Let us create a momentum or a movement in order for us to achieve the objectives. As you've heard, everything that we're doing has a worthy cause behind it, so I think we can all get behind this, yes? So it'll be, so 5,000 give or take. That's the gauntlet I'm throwing out there. I would also like to just say that we're actively pursuing partnerships with different companies to enhance this experience. Desmond and Peter have spoken to this, and I think as we come to the Partners Breakfast, which you shall also be a part of, you'll be seeing some really good, newcomers, people that actually demonstrate that we're on the right path, yeah? And then finally, Desmond made me speak to the prize money. Look at this room, those videos. I mean, this thing is magic. Eh? So looking forward to the 5th of October, where we shall all, come together and do something phenomenal. Thank you.
A better clap for the sponsor. I know Paul is looking at me and wondering when last was he called a sponsor? And I can tell you for sure, it was not in such a forum. Eh? So, Paul, change your friends. One partner that we might have left out, so apologies. Before we go to the next step, which is almost the final, I know Carol said finally, and you could wait for the final, but we are almost there. Kenya Cycling Federation, you're here. Please just wave, come say a word or two. I know you're our biggest supporter. We stand on your shoulders to have this done. So just kindly, and apologies for skipping you over, just say a word, and then we go to the check handover. Karibu sana. A clap for Kenya Cycling Federation.
Thank you very much. My name is Kelvin Mwangi. I am the current CEO of the Federation, and it feels good to be here seeing athletes, cyclists, and in this wonderful organized race, the 5th, and I see that you planned it to be on the 5th also, so the 5th for the 5th, wonderful, this is good. The Kenya Cycling Federation, our mandate is to promote cycling in Kenya and also to get the best athletes to represent the country. Last year, during the Grand Nairobi race, we were able to use these results to be able to select part of the team that represented the country in the best organized Road Africa Championships in Uasin Gishu and Elgeyo Marakwet, and that was a big feat. Thank you to Five Star for always kitting us, and a big encouragement is that if you look at the statistics that are going to be released very soon, is that we are not having divorces in cycling homes. Why? We think cycling helps manage stress at homes. So please, if you've not taken up a bike, make sure you pick up a bike. And my last call would be to all corporates. It is beautiful to see these great events, but in cycling, we are non-profit as a federation. We cannot be supporting everything everywhere. Guys come to us, they want to beat us for things that are not in our mandate. It's like football. You know football, FKF, they go to the clubs. They take Gor Mahia, the superstars, they take the guys in AFC, and they go represent Kenya at like Chan right now that is going on. It is the same thing we do with the federation. We go to the clubs, we pick the best, and we take them to represent the nation. We have the World Championships that are coming up next month. These are the first World Championships in Africa, so it is a big thing. And we hope that most of you will be able to make it to Rwanda, one way or the other, to be able to see the best cyclists in the world. But as a federation, we can only take a handful. And this will be communicated probably next or towards the end of the month, because it's also a quota system from the UCI. So, saa zingine msitupige sana, kujeni tuweze kushirikiana in doing all these things. So with that, may God bless us and may God give us a safe race then. Thank you, Grand Nairobi, because this is amazing what you've been able to do, and we hope that you can be able to do more races involving different partners na elevate the profile of cycling. We'll do this together. Asante sana.
Thank you very much. A word from the Federation. Jack, I hope you've taken your notes. Buy a bike if you want your... All right, so to the next steps, I want to invite Caro back on stage. Please, if we can get the check. Caro Ndongo, Kirago, and your team, please come on stage. We want to do the check handover. You know, a sponsor is not a sponsor without money. Eh? So we need to see the moolah so that we can believe this story. The C, the cash. So Carol, you'll sign the check for us. Yeah. So you can go to the other side. Okay, so yeah, a check without a signature is not a check. There you go. And the date, please. We don't have a date on it. Officially signifying our sponsorship for the race. A big clap for 2025 race. 20 million is our sponsorship. But this is growing, this is getting bigger, this is getting better. So we'll take a few photos. Yeah, Kirago, a few cyclists, yeah. We have our camera people, I hope we're good. Then, yeah. Is that okay? Or above the check? Yeah. Show the show. Eh? Natural? We need to see the money. Yeah, big smiles, big smiles. Okay. Then, so stay on stage. Then we'll be joined by the cyclists. Just GNBR team, you can join this photo. The GNBR team. Team GNBR. Team GNBR, okay, they're coming on stage. Please join. Let's balance it out. Let's have someone on the other side. Okay. Angie, go to that side. And then go on. Inside. Okay, then we'll have Carol remain and Kirago. Then we have our partners. Our partners, please join in. We have Doctors of Hearing. Let's start with Doctors of Hearing. Carol and Kirago stay on. And then we have, let's have two cyclists. Let's have two. Let's have the two of you remain. And then Doctors of Hearing. Please join them. So you're at the center, and then they can flank. So you can split the group into. We can have some squatting. I know the athletic. You can have some squatting just below the check. Yeah, let's balance it out. Okay, Nairobi Hospice as partners on stage. Then after Nairobi Hospice, we'll have 5-star Nairobi Hospice. Then we have 5-star after Nairobi Hospice. You want us? Okay. All right, then 5-star and our. Okay, just you're good. So 5-star comes next, and then we have. We'll be joined by KCF. So Kenya Cycling Federation, come next, please. You're next. And then Nairobi Serena, I know you're around. Let's have the team. I think that will be almost closing the photo session. DTB, we're here. Okay, that's the federation. Let's have that. Nairobi Serena, karibuni on stage. Good. I think that's KCF, Asanteni Sana, Nairobi Serena, and then that will be followed by Sipladon. Sipladon. That's Nairobi Serena. Asanteni sana. Sipladon. Sipladon on stage. Thank you very much for your sponsorship. And then to close this session, we'll have the Jubilee team. The leadership team is here. So I'm looking at Gulshan, I'm looking at Salima, Paul. Please join Karo on stage. She has been holding the check for a while. It's heavy. It's 20 million. Christine, Double Christine, the team, George Makori, Orayo. Let's make a big group. Let's join in on this as the final photo for the Jubilee team. We can do 2 lines. We can do 2 lines. You okay? Okay. Or you want me to squat? All right, thank you very much. So thank you, team. Caro and Kirago, please stay on stage, and the riders. There is one photo that the photographers have requested to take, and this is with a bike. Okay, so the 2 of them? The 2 of them with the check. Okay, just step aside. Okay, so the bike, you can pick this one. So one can go to. Not too far. Join. Kwa stage si huku kwa kamera unakuwa kushoot sasa uko receiving end wewe ndio unapanga instruction sasa wewe ndio unaambia panda mbele. All right, thank you very much, Caro. Thank you, Kirago. Thank you, cyclists. If your photo has not been taken, you can always see me behind the tent. We can always do something with you. I want to invite, we are at the tail end of our event. I want to invite Kirago to move a vote of thanks. and invite you for a cup of coffee. Kira, go over to you.
Good morning. First is a huge thank you to our title sponsor, the Jubilee Insurance, our valued partners, I'll name them again, Cipladon, Nation Media Group, the Serena Hotel. Can you hear me? Good morning, guys. Can you hear me? I'll start again. You can't hear me? Oh, I might need some Cipla, I don't know. Anyway, so it's a huge thank you to our title sponsor in Jubilee Insurance. A huge mention to our partners, valued partners, Cipladon, Nation Media Group, the Serena Hotel, the Nairobi West Hospital, Diamond Trust Bank, AKDN Partners, Doctors of Hearing, Nairobi Hospice, 5-Star Africa, and to our strategic partners in Kura and KCF, Kenya Cycling Federation. To our guests, the organizing team, and our media partners, your passion and commitment have turned an idea into a celebration. And to every rider, supporter, and member of the community, you're the heart of the Jubilee Live Free race powered by the Grand Nairobi Bike Race. This isn't just a race, it's a migration. I know Des, we will have to stamp that somewhere. We'll make history. I'll end with a cliche saying, a proverb we say, you don't stop cycling when you get old. Who know that? You don't stop cycling when you get old, you get